महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. Om Narayan. So in Sugama we shall continue. So there is, even after knowing Karma Kanda, even after knowing the Atma that is taught in Karma Kanda, there is yet something to be known about Atman. What is that nature of Atman? See, he says, Ashanayadhyatitaha. Atma that is free from Ashanaya means hunger. Hunger and thirst. Atma that is free from hunger and thirst. Apeta Brahmakshatradi Bhedaha. Atma which is free from all Varnashrama Bheda. Such Atma is yet to be understood. That can be learnt only from Vedanta. So, Vedanta Vedyam Ashanayadhyatitam Apeta Brahmakshatradi Bhedam Asamsari Atma Tattvam. The Atman which is not a samsari. Samsari means who is not subject to rebirth, who is not subject to kartrutvam and bhoktrutvam, which is not subject to karma and sukha dukkhadi bhoga. Next, now up to this we have discussed and now we proceed. Here Purvapakshi asks a question. Now nanu etavad visheshana pugam vedantopadishtam karmasheshasyaiva atmanah stututvena upayokshate. Now this nature of Atma taught in Vedanta, why do you say, Purvapakshi says, this knowledge is, why do you say this knowledge is something separate knowledge? Etad visheshana pugam, this nature of Atma, this nature of Atma which is free from Varnashrama, which is free from samsaritvam, this nature is only to praise the Atma. It is not meant to, it is not a real jnanam. Atma can never be free from samsara, Atma can never be free from hunger and thirst and rebirth and all that. It is only to praise the Atma. And then why this Atma, Vedantic Atma is described here? It is only to praise the Atma so that the Jiva feels more confident and then will do the karma. See, this is also very important point. In human life, we get disturbed. We lose confidence. Many things happen. So, in order to get back your confidence, and once you get back a confidence and enthusiasm, you will be able to act better. These things, kings keep Vandimagadis. Vandimagadi means the kings generally keep certain people who praise them. Bhattrajulu in Telugu they call them. Bhattaru. Vandimagadi means those people who keep on praising the king. Because the king is continuously under the lot of tension of administering such a big country. There will be tensions. So to just relax him, boost his confidence. So therefore these Vandimagadis exist there to boost his confidence. So in karma also there is an Arthavada also is one more thing. In the ritualistic karmas there is Arthavada. Arthavada means praising. Why this praising? Because praising boosts the confidence of a person and generates enthusiasm in him so that he can do active. He can be active to do the work. Similarly here, this Vedanta Jnanam is just to boost his confidence, make him enthusiastic so that he can do the karma better. This is what Purvapakshi says. The Atma Jnanam, purpose of Atma Jnanam is only to boost his confidence. See how he says. Atma Astitva Jnanasya Dardhyaya hi Vedanta Vakyanam Pravrittiriti Vadanti. That Atma is there only to Atma Astitva Jnanasya Dardhyaya. Only to reinforce our understanding that Atma exists. Otherwise, people get a doubt, does Atma exist apart from the body? Just to reinforce his thinking, understanding that Atma is different from the body, Vedanta Jnanam is here. Tathacha Mimamsa Prakandanam Vachanam. The Kumarla Bhatta's Vakya, Swamiji quotes here, Karma Pravrutti Hetutvam Atma Jnanasya Lakshate. In Shloka Vartika 103 Shloka, Kumarila says, Atma Jnana, purpose of Atma Jnana is to boost his confidence of a karmata. Karmata means a karta. Karta's confidence is boosted, he will undertake karma. To encourage him to do the karma, Vedantic Atma Jnanam is present. See, what a strange thing. Idakke Siddhanti answers. See, Siddhanti answers no. Atma Jnanam is not to praise Jiva. Praising, stuti. Atma Jnanam is not to praise Jiva. Atma Jnanam is to help him to understand how he is not Jiva. See, he says, nahi etad Atma Tattvam adhikare apekshate. This Atma Jnanam, that I am Brahman. This Atma Jnanam is not useful for any karma. Once you know that you are the Chaitanya Atma, Satchidanandam Brahma, Swatasiddham, Advitiya Atma, once you discover, once you wake up, once you awaken to that nature of Atma, that Atma's awareness, that Atma Jnanam is useless. That means that Atma at that level cannot engage in any activity. Why? Because Anupayogat, that Jnanam is not useful for karma, because all karmas come to an end. Adhikari Virodhacha. In fact, Atma Jnana is not useful for karma. It in fact obstructs karma. Adhikari Virodhacha. It obstructs the very karma. Adhikari Virodhacha. It forms a hurdle, because once you know that you are not karta and you are not interested in karma phalam, then everything is yourself. How can you undertake any karma? A karma itself is out of a weakness, out of a deficiency. ಕೊರತೆ, ಒಳಗೆ ಕೊರತೆ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಕರ್ಮ ಮಾಡಬೇಕನ್ನಿಸುತ್ತದೆ. Only when there is a deficiency in a person, you feel prompted to do something, because the deficiency, the inadequacy in your heart pushes you to take up some work and then acquire something and enjoy something. And once you know that you are the Atman, the whole Atman, non-dual Atman, no deficiency, then when you are already full and complete, how can there be any enthusiasm? How can there be any initiation on his part to do some karma? Neither there is a desire for doing karma, nor is it possible also, because he doesn't remain as an individual. He no more remains an individual. He is Swatasiddham Brahma, just pure existence, pure consciousness, which is everything. Such a pure existence, consciousness, everything Brahma, there is no second thing. How can any karma be possible on his part? See, it is like a space. Does a space ever move? Does a space do any action? Is it ever possible? What is all pervasive? How can it do anything? What is all pervasive? How can it do anything? It can't do anything. Yad vina hi yasya anirvaha tasya tadapeksha iti yuktam. ಯದ್ವಿನಾ ಹಿ ಯಸ್ಯ ಅನಿರ್ವಾಹಃ ತಸ್ಯ ತದಪೇಕ್ಷಾ. ಸಿ, ಯಾವುದಿಲ್ಲದಿದ್ದರೆ ನಡೆಯಲ್ಲವೋ, ಯಾವುದಿಲ್ಲದಿದ್ದರೆ ನಾವು ಜೀವಿಸಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲವೋ ಅದು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತದೆ. ಅಂದರೆ ವಿತೌಟ್ ವಿಚ್ ಯು ಕೆನ್ ನಾಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್. ಅನಿರ್ವಾಹ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್. ಯಾವುದಿಲ್ಲದಿದ್ದರೆ ಏನು ನಿರ್ವಹಿಸಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲವೋ ಅದು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಪೇಕ್ಷಾ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಅಪೇಕ್ಷಾ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಟ್ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ಇಟ್, ಇಟ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ಸ್ ನೆಸೆಸರಿ. ವಿತೌಟ್ ವಿಚ್ ಯು ಕೆನ್ ನಾಟ್ ಲಿವ್, ಯು ಕೆನ್ ನಾಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್, ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ಸ್ ನೆಸೆಸರಿ ಫಾರ್ ಯು. ಅಪೇಕ್ಷಾ, ಅಪೇಕ್ಷಾ ಅಂದರೆ ಅವಶ್ಯಕ. ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರೀಯಶ್ಚ ವ್ಯವಹಾರೋ ವಿನಾ ಕರ್ತೃತ್ವ ಭೋಕ್ತೃತ್ವಾತ್ಮವಿಜ್ಞಾನಂ ನ ನಿರ್ವಹತಿ. ದೆನ್ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರೀಯ ಕರ್ಮ ಲೈಕ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ದ ಯಜ್ಞ, ಪೂಜಾ, ಪುಣ್ಯಕರ್ಮ, ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಎನಿ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರೀಯ ಕರ್ಮ is not possible without yourself being a karta and bhokta. See, this is very interesting. We all do all our karmas, all our samsaric life only as a karta and bhokta. I am a karta and I am a bhokta. You have this, we have this understanding, this notion about ourselves that I am a karta and I am a bhokta. Only under that notion we are able to take up some karma and also enjoy its result. If you are free from this notion of kartrutvam and bhoktrutvam, no karma is possible. He says, shastriyascha vyavaharaha vina kartrutva bhoktrutvatma vijnanam na nirvahati atastatra tanmatram apekshate iti yuktam. Therefore, the religious activities, that is karmakanda, the religious activity requires kartrutvam bhoktrutvam alone. It doesn't need the atmajnanam as Brahman. Atmajnanam is not required for karmakanda, for rituals. In fact, not only they are not required, they only oppose it. They what you say, in napunar not only oppose it, they make it impossible. That is better. Atmajnanam makes the karma impossible. Napunar asamsari atmajnanam apekshate. That I am not samsari, this jnanam is not required. Tasya tatra anupayogat, because it is useless. That atmajnanam, that I am asamsari, that I am not a samsari, this atmajnanam is not useful for karma. न केवलम अनुपयोगात प्रत्युत विरोधाच्च. दिस आत्मज्ञानम इज विरोधा. विरुध्यते हि इदम अकर्तृ अभोक्तृत्व विज्ञानम सर्वथा कर्माधिकार विशेषेण. दैट्स व्हाई वेदांतिक ज्ञानम, people those who have to live the worldly life should not study Vedanta. See, those who have to do worldly activity, achieve money, work hard, do lot of punya karma, they don't need Vedanta. If they get Vedantic knowledge, they become disinterested in worldly life. Okay? They become disinterested. But people these days, everything is meant for everything. There is no adhikaritva concept at all. You teach Vedanta for the worldly man, that fellow studies Vedanta and misbehaves. All this is a problem. Therefore, Vedanta, first thing is it destroys your shraddha for karma phala, for swarga and all that thing. Not without getting true vairagyam. If a person has got is really virakta, he understands it is a different. But I am talking an incomplete person, an ordinary person. Therefore, Vedanta, unless he gets vairagyam, it's dangerous. Okay. People without vairagyam, without karma yoga, without bhakti, directly want to study Vedanta. This is a real unfortunate thing about our present society. People karma yoga, bhakti, shraddha bhakti, vairagya, indriya nigraha, mano nigraha, upasana, Vishwarupa Upasana. Without these things, they want to study Vedanta. it becomes impossible. So all these things prepare the mind to be able to transcend it. People without preparing the mind to transcend it just want to study Vedanta. They think Jnanam means just listening to talk and reading a book, and that is Jnanam. Neither listening nor reading the book is Jnanam. Atma Vichara is inward observation. Self-observation is possible only when there is a real Vairagyam. Without Vairagyam, without Indriya Nigraha, Mano Nigraha, self-control, it is impossible to do Atma Vichara. People think by listening they are understanding Vedanta. It is rubbish, I tell you. It is nothing but rubbish. Not only rubbish, it is a poison. To study Vedanta without Vairagyam is a poison thing. Okay? Sufficient Vairagyam is required. And also Nigraha, Indriya Nigraha, Mano Nigraha. Okay. So, Viruddhyate hidam akartratma abhoktatma vijnanam. That I am akarta abhokta. This knowledge, if he discovers that he is not karta and bhokta, all initiation, all enthusiasm for karma will go away, and there will be impossibility of any action. Okay? Akarta karma karotya bhokta cha paralokika phalena sambadhyate iti atisputo vyaghataha. Akarta karma karoti, abhokta paraloka phalena sambadhyate iti atisputo vyaghataha. See, this contradiction is so conspicuous, so clear, so evident. If he is akarta, how can he do karma? If he is abhokta, how can he enjoy anything? Therefore, ato nakarma shesha jnanamidam. Therefore, this Vedanta jnanam, Atma jnanam, is not useful in worldly karmas. It is not useful for worldly karmas or shastriya karmas. Navastutihi, nor is it a stuti. Stuti means it is not just to praise Atma. It is only to reveal the fact. It is really to teach him the fact, not to just to praise him. Not to praise a jiva, but to remove the jivatvam and help him to discover how I am the Atman. Okay? Akarma prakaranatvat karmadikara bhanjakatvacha iti gneyam. One reason is this Atma Jnanam is taught not in the context of karma, but only when there is a Vairagyam for all karma, karma phala. In that Jnana Kanda context, Atma Jnanam is taught. That means it is not related to your worldly life. It is not related to Karta Bhokta. It is directly the nature of the Atma, unrelated to Kartrutvam Bhoktrutvam. Okay. And Karmadikara Bhanjakatvacha, moreover, it breaks. Bhanjaka means it destroys. The Karmadikara. Karmadikara means a fitness for karma. Okay. Etena idamapi apastam. Another point. With this another point also. Yadahu karma lalasaha. Some people say, oh, at least for upasana, this Atma Jnanam is required. Etena idamapi apastam yadahu karma lalasaha. Karma lalasaha, people who are addicted to. Lalasa means, lalasa, how to say lalasa? Intoxicated or addicted only. Those are already addicted to karma say, upasanarthatvati yesham vakyanam abhyudaya phalavatvam nishreyasa phalavatvam cha. Some people say, Atma Jnanam is meant for attaining Brahmaloka or Vaikuntha. They say, after gaining this Atma Jnanam, then you will do Ishvara Bhakti, Ishvara Upasana, then you will go to Vaikuntha or Kailasa or some such thing. So, Oshnute Sarvan Kaman Saha, because he enjoys all the kamas. See, the statements, out of context statements they quote. The statement doesn't mean what they say, but they take it that way. Sa sarvaganscha lokanapnoti, he attains the highest loka. Iti nacha punaravartate, he won't come back. Iti adrushta phala shravanat. Iti. Ayyo. See how they interpret. No, this doesn't work. Akshepa. To this parihara, Siddhanti replies, no. Atmajnanam is useful not even for upasana. Not even for upasana. Asamsari atma tattva jnanasya upasanarthatve manabhavat. There is no Shruti evidence. There is no Shruti statement anywhere in the Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, where Atmajnanam should be used for upasana. After gaining Atmajnanam, it should be used for upasana. Adhikara virodhacha, because Shruti cannot teach something what cannot be combined. Atmajnana cannot be combined with upasana. Nacha vayum upasana jnanabhya vayum upasana jnana enappa jnananam vayu nacha vayam, sorry, I wrote wrongly, I read again. Nacha vayam upasana jnananam abhyudayartatvam kramasho nishreyasatartatvam va avajanimahe. Ayyo, it's very difficult. Atmajnanam, we never say that. Atmajnanam will give you some ihaloka paraloka punyam, and later it will give you moksha also. That means Atmajnanam is useful for ihaloka paraloka sukham, and later it will give you moksha. This combination cannot be done because ihaloka paraloka sukham comes at the level of mind only, mind and sense organs. But Atmajnanam removes the very adhyasa of mind and sense organ. See, they are totally opposite. One is cultivating the mind, expanding the mind. Upasana cultivates the mind, expands the mind. Atmajnanam detaches you, debunks the very mind and keeps you purely Atma Chaitanya. They are totally opposite. Therefore, you cannot combine these two things. It's not possible. Vakshatihi Bhagavan Purastat Tatra Kanichit Brahmanaha Upasanani Abhyudayartani Kanichit Kramamuktyartani Kanichit Karma Samruddhyartani Iti. Okay? Upasana Nachavayam Upasana Jnananam Abhyudayartatvam Kramashaha Nishreyasartatvam va avajanimahe. Okay. Asamsari. In case of Upasana, it is okay. Upasana gives you Aishwaryam, Siddhi, powers, Ihaloka, Paraloka, all that. So, Kramamuktyarthani. Abhyudayartha means some kind of a Swarga and money and power and good name and fame and all that. Kanichit Karma Samruddhyarthani. Your karma, it makes the karma more effective. Okay, karma samruddhi means to make the karma more effective or to take you to Brahmaloka and others. Okay, upasanas are useful in that way, we can understand. But asamsari atmajnanam tu na upasanas upayujyate tadadikarena cha virudyate ityetavat pratipadayamaha. See, in Shri Vidya they talk like that. This is a temptation for people, but it is really wrong. People say, Sri Vidya is useful. I am talking negatively. Negatively means I am criticizing it. Please have patience with it. The Sri Vidya itself says there are some shlokas. Bhogascha mokshascha karasta eva. A shloka, purti shloka I don't remember. In any other sadhanas, when you want ihaloka paraloka bhoga, you have some sadhana of karma and upasana. When you want Atmajnanam, you have Atmajnana sadhana. But our Sri Vidya upasana is such that it will give you bhogascha mokshascha. It will give you ihaloka paraloka bhoga, aishwarya, sampada, punyabalam, ashtasiddhi, siddhis, and also it will give you Atmajnanam. People say that, how great is Sri Vidya. It gives you bhoga and also moksha. This is okay to just to praise and attract the person. It is okay to praise and attract the person, but otherwise it is totally wrong, illogical and impossible. How can a person who is interested in bhoga will also be qualified for moksha? Bhoga and moksha, both of them he gets simultaneous. How can he get? If he has got a bhoktrutva bhava, he can enjoy this world and other world. If he becomes virakta from it and understands I am not karta bhokta, he removes the adhyasa of mind and sense organs. How can that pure Atma start enjoying the worldly pleasures? Because he is not a bhokta. When he gives up bhoktrutvam, the enjoyership, how can he enjoy the worldly pleasures or paraloka pleasures, money, status and adhikara and all that? Money, status, name and fame. Because name and fame, all that is mithya for him. And then in his Atmajnanam, already Atmananda is already there. Why does he need all those things? So this is neither possible, it is not logical, nor it is it won't happen at all. Therefore, that Sri Vidya telling that bhogascha, it is only a temptation for person. He can say, see that shloka can say like this, those who want bhoga and paraloka, he will get it. Or those who want moksha, also he will get it. So this same Sri Chakropasana can be done in both ways, Sakamopasana, Nishkamopasana, or even it can be used as a Vedantic Vichara also. Vedantic Vichara Prakriya. But they show it is a Vedantic Vichara. If it is Vedantic Vichara, it won't be useful for a person will not be interested in Karma Phalam. But if he says, you do Upasana, you like money and wealth and enjoyments and power, at the same time you will get moksha also. How will you get that? How is it possible? They are totally opposite to each other. A sadhana which encourages you ihaloka paraloka bhoga definitely is encouraging you asakti in the pleasures. When you get attached to the pleasures, you will be associated with the mind alone. You will be identified with the mind. You want to transcend the mind. You will not remove the adhyasa of the mind and sense organs. By retaining adhyasa of the mind and sense organs, you will like the Brahmaloka and Brahmaloka Sukha and all that. The other is you are detached from it. So they are totally opposite to each other. They cannot be combined. Therefore, Sri Chakra is such a thing. It is a thorough confusion it is. And people say that Shankaracharya propagated Sri Chakra. Sri Chakra Upasana is good. Okay? Sri Chakra Upasana is good. You can do it. Even I too do Lalita Sahasranama, all that it's a different thing. But thing is their explanation that it is both for bhoga and moksha. This is ridiculous. Okay, that is wrong. That may be just to attract people so that people will take up some upasana. It is okay. If you take it that much just to attract the people to do upasana, and at a later stage you will get vairagya. But without vairagyam, if you do Sri Chakra upasana, you want your matha pitha to be Vaibhava and everything, you are not fit for Vedanta, I'll tell you. You are not fit for Vedanta, you are not fit for... Because vairagyam is a necessary condition for Atma Jnana. But if you have an asakti, any small degree of asakti in the worldly and otherworldly things, you may do nishkama, that's a different. You may do for lokasangraha, but not for your personal interest. Out of your personal interest, you can't do the thing, because they are opposite to each other. This one has to remember. One requires adhyasa of the antakarana. Yahaloka, paraloka, bhoga, brahmaloka, siddhi, etc. requires adhyasa of antakarana. Atmajnanam requires de-identification with the antakarana. They are totally opposite to each other. You can't combine these two. In fact, Shankaracharya, who has dedicated all his life for this one important thing, that Jnana Karma Samuchaya negation. Shankaracharya, in all his Prasthanatrayi Bhashya, he negates Jnana Karma Samuchaya. But in Sri Vidya talks of more of upasana and jnana, upasana, jnana, siddhi and jnanam. It may be useful for krama mukti. You may go to Brahmaloka and after getting vairagyam you may get. But you can't say Jivan Mukti and also Aishwarya. You can't look for Aishwarya at the same time Jivan Mukti. You can't have an attachment for these two things simultaneously, which is impossible. Therefore, there is something, I think it is Bhashyas, the clarity, how clearly Bhashyas talk of Jnana Karma Samuchaya. They reject Jnana Karma Samuchaya, and here they combine more and more. Upasana Jnana. In fact, they talk of Upasana and then promise the Jnana. This is a very peculiar thing. The Sri Vidya, they talk of Upasana and there is no Vichara at all. There is no Atma Vichara. Where in Sri Chakropasana or even Lalita Sahasranama Vyakhyana, there is no Atma Jnana. Even in whole Saundarya Lahari, there is no Atma Jnana. In whole of Saundarya Lahari, there is no Atma Jnana. And they say that is the best book of... It just cannot be believed. Because the Shankaras, the emphasis, Shankara's main trend are not visible at all. Shankara, you can see them in the whole Prasthanatrayi Bhashya, is completely... He is continuously devoted to this one important point, no combination of karma and upasana. Karma upasanaಗಳ ಸಮುಚ್ಚಯವು ಅಸಂಭವ. ಇದನ್ನು ಹೆಜ್ಜೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಂಥದ್ದು ಆ ಎರಡನ್ನು ಕಂಬೈನ್ ಮಾಡೇ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳುವುದು. It looks very odd. It just cannot be accepted. But somehow people have, what Shankara rejected, the same thing is popularized in his name. The same thing is popularized in his name. One person says, one person came to see me, an aged man, about 90 years old man. He asked, where do you stay? I say in Holy Narspura. And our Guruji's ashram is here. Our Guruji was a good Vedanti and all that I told. Then told Sri Chakra Upasana, Sri Vidya. I told our Swamiji was not a Sri Vidya Upasaka. He was a Rama Upasaka. But he is mainly Vedantin, but not a Sri Vidya Upasaka. You know what he says? But Sri Vidya is not different from Vedanta. See what he says. What he means is, Sri Vidya Upasana alone is Vedanta. Vedanta means Sri Vidya Upasana. All Vedantins must be Sri Vidya Upasana. Sri Vidya Upasana alone is Vedanta. Vedanta means Sri Vidya. You cannot talk to a person who is utter fool. He just doesn't know anything and then he talks Vedanta. Then I thought there is no point in talking to him. I learnt from Sachidananda Swamiji. Otherwise, if I try to convince him, I will be unnecessarily disturbing his mind and he will be angry with me. If I explain Vedanta, a person who is unfit, he will be angry with me. So ultimately what happens? So what I told is, instead of arguing and discussing with him, I just changed the topic. I asked him how many children you have, and he became so enthusiastic to tell about his children. One is in America, one is in India. Oh, that's good. Went on. Then I told, more than Shri Vidya, more than Brahma Vidya, this Makkala Vidya is the best Vidya, I told. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೆ ತನ್ನ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಎಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ತನ್ನ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಸ್ಮರಣ ಭಗವಂತನ ನಾಮಸ್ಮರಣಕ್ಕಿಂತ ದೊಡ್ಡದು ಅಲ್ಲವೇ? ತನ್ನ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಸ್ಮರಣ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಕೆಲವರು ಗೃಹಸ್ಥರಿಗೆ ತನ್ನ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಸ್ಮರಣ ಮಾಡಿಸಿದ್ದರೆ ಪರವಶರಾಗಿ ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಆನಂದ ಪರವಶರಾಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಶ್ರೀವಿದ್ಯಾ ಏಕೆ? ಅದೇ ಶ್ರೀವಿದ್ಯಾ ಅವರಿಗೆ. ಎಲ್ಲ ವಿದ್ಯೆಗಳಿಗಿಂತ ದೊಡ್ಡ ವಿದ್ಯಾ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಸ್ಮರಣ. ಆಯಿತು. ಸೊ ಶ್ರೀವಿದ್ಯಾ ಈಸ್, ಉಪಾಸನ ಈಸ್ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್, ಬಟ್ ದೇ ಶುಡ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ ವೆರಿ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್. This is Vedanta Vichara and this is Upasana. There is no clarity. All mixed up. Confusion, bundle of confusion. In Sri Chakra, Saundarya Lahari, all Lalita Sahasranama. Lalita Sahasranama is a Nama. In Namas, there is no systematic Upakrama, Upasamhara, teaching, Mahavakya. They are only pieces. It is like a dictionary. Lalita Sahasranama is like a dictionary, all the various ideas put in one place. It's like a Vedantic dictionary. Vedantic means all upasana, karma, all. Dictionary means Shabda Rashi, various meanings are given. There is no systematic teaching at all. Saundarya Lahari, there is no Vedanta. So therefore, and in Sri Chakra Upasana, it's a Upasana, very good Upasana. Vishwarupa Upasanaki, it is a very beautiful one. Sri Chakra Upasana is a very good Upasana. For Vishwarupa Upasana, I like it very much. I like that in that thing. It's a Vishwarupa Upasana, very beautiful. But Vedanta Vichara, it is just here and there few ideas are there, but there is no systematic teaching. There is no Adhyaropapavada Prakriya in that. Then without Adhyaropapavada Prakriya in Sri Chakra, it can't become Vedanta. It can't become Vedanta. Okay? I only want to point out, you read Shankara Bhashya first, then you can understand Sri Chakra better. But people first start with Sri Vidya Upasana, then whole Vedanta becomes ಗೊಂದಲ ಆಗಿಬಿಡ್ತದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಭಾಷ್ಯ, ದೆನ್ ಲೇಟರ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ಲಲಿತಾ ಸಹಸ್ರನಾಮ ಇಸ್ ಅದು ಸಹಸ್ರನಾಮ ಇಸ್ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್, ದ ವ್ಯಾಖ್ಯಾನ ಇಸ್ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್. ಈವನ್ ಐ ಟು ಸ್ಟಡಿ, ಈವನ್ ಎಸ್ಟರ್ಡೇ ನೈಟ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಐ ಸ್ಟಡಿ. In fact, Swamiji used to study. Swamiji's book, I have got it from the library. I got his book. It is in Telugu Lipi. Swamiji has got Lalita Sahasranama Vyakhyanam, Bhaskara Raya Vyakhyanam in Telugu Lipi. He underlined, marked, and so many things he wrote in the notes. It's a small book. Lalita Sahasranama, Swamiji read thoroughly and marked it. He read it. After studying Shankara Bhashya, it is okay. You can understand well. But before that, if you start directly, you will get confused, because they will only do confusion. The whole itself is a confusion. Okay. Use Vedantic words for Upasana and use Upasana words for Vedanta. All that is a confusion. See, you use Vedantic words for Upasana. Brahma is Nirguna. If you Nirguna, how do you do Upasana? If once you say Nirguna, you can't do Upasana. And when you do Upasana, you can't do Vichara. But they all mix up. That's because they have understood neither Upasana nor Vedanta. They think of Sri Chakra Upasana, once you name it, that's all. We are following Shankara tradition. Papa, look like children. Those who talk like this look like children. But anyway, people, those who do not understand, get confused like this. It is natural. Study first Shankara Bhashya. Okay. So, Asamsari Atma Tattva Vijnanam, where Adhyasa removal is Vedanta. Understand? Correcting Adhyasa is Vedanta. Within Nama Rupa, Yeshte do, you may do any Upasana. That doesn't constitute Vedanta. Remember, only Vedanta begins when you start understanding Adhyasa. Okay. असंसारी आत्मतत्वज्ञानं तु न उपासनासु उपयुज्यते. Atmajnana is removing adhyasa. Removing adhyasa is not useful in any upasana. Tell me which upasana it will be useful. Removing adhyasa. Removing adhyasa in which upasana will it be useful? And without removing adhyasa, without correcting adhyasa, where is Vedanta? Is there Vedanta when you don't remove the very adhyasa? But all upasanas are within adhyasa alone. Presupposing adhyasam puraskritya all upasanas. Okay. Therefore, virudyate ityatavat pratipadayamaha. Therefore, we say they are opposite to each other. You cannot combine them. Tasmat sadhu uktam na vedanta vedyam atmatattvam karmadhikare apekshate. So, what is required is, tell you now in the last one sentence I say and then we'll proceed. Regarding Sri Vidya. Sri Vidya is a beautiful upasana, though it is not stated in the Shankara Bhashya. But one thing you can do. People should make it very clear. It is upasana and it is Vedanta Vichara. They make it very clear, two separate branches within Sri Vidya. Then it is okay. It works. It can be done. But it is not done. They teach upasana, they do upasana and they say we are doing Sri Vidya. That means highest Vedanta. No. Okay. ननुच देहातिरिक्त कर्तृत्व भोक्तृत्व ज्ञानम विद्यैव तत्कथं तद् ज्ञान सहितः कर्मी स्याद विद्वान्. See, he says. See, कर्मकांड ज्ञानम also is ज्ञानम. देहातिरिक्त कर्तृत्व भोक्तृत्व ज्ञानम. That I am different from the body, yet I am karta bhokta. Yet I am karta bhokta is also Atma Jnanam. Purva Pakshi says. That is also, that I am karta bhokta is also Atma Jnanam. How can you say he is Ajnani? Haudappa? Siddhanti says, no. Even if you know to be karta bhokta other than the body, even that is Ajnanam alone. Because prakcha tata bhutatma vijnanat pravartamanam shastram avidyavad vishayatvam nati vartate. It is a big topic. 49th is how many pages? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 and a half. This one topic let us finish. Let us have patiently. I think in one class we'll finish. In the next class, time is over. In the next class, afterwards there is a then Adhyasa topic comes. Then that's more Vedantic ideas. Here in between we stuck with karma upasana. Later portion is all Vedanta directly. Atma Tattvam alone is beautiful. Only 1.5 pages we have one class. Okay. When can we have one class again? After this Ramanavami I have to go out of station. I think why not we have tomorrow also. Tomorrow also Sugama class alone. Tomorrow also Sugama class. Okay. Yeah, tomorrow also we'll have Sugama class only, 9th Saturday. Then Sunday will be Gita. And Monday can we have? I don't know. Because I'll be in a mood to go away, out of station. Anyway, I'll inform you later. Through our WhatsApp group I shall inform you. And from there, 20 days I shall be there. In Chidambaram, in Tamil Nadu. I think during that, can we have a class? I have no idea. Because I have to carry all these cell phone stands and then earphone, how many things I have to carry. I don't know whether the lighting system, how convenient it is. I don't know. But anyway, let me see. Otherwise, 20 days holidays. But tomorrow we will have Sugama. Okay, I think we will finish this topic. Then thereafter, there is a beautiful Vedantic portion alone. Okay. Om Shanti. Harihi. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi. Om Tat Sat.